Okay, so are you guys ready for this? This is rich. It's nice to wake up to stuff like this. I'm actually leaving in an hour to go on vacation. And sure enough, I checked the His Side 2 group. And Melissa Schuman proves me right again. How many times have I told you guys? Listen to me. I know this girl inside and out. I said she's gonna change her story for the 7th time. She's talking to someone and she's making up a whole new story about being the victim. Well, this time she's with the Daily Beast again. Well, okay, Daily Beast, you made it pretty clear that you just don't like Nick Carter or the Backstreet Boys. So you're gonna run to little Melissa Schuman, the most, like, God, there's so many ways to explain this girl, like the most morally bankrupt person I've ever heard I've never came across in my entire life, okay? This girl is predictable as a 3-year-old alone in a candy store, okay? That's how predictable this is. Go back to my other videos where I said, Plan B. Where was I? I was in Cabo a month ago, and I said, I know what she's doing. I know what Brandon Henschel means by his tweets. He keeps saying, wait till the truth comes out. Wait till the truth comes out. Yeah. Okay. Your big truth is the investigation. Okay. Oh, yeah. So you know it's already going to get thrown out. So now she gives this victim story, like I predict, in a couple of videos, that she's the victim again. But this time, and all these people that have been following this, know that the story in this particular article means that it has officially changed 7 times. Saving face now to where it ends as, I don't want him to contact me. He hasn't contacted me, nor will he ever. And I'm sitting there reading it like this. You know what? If there's anything that I love, like I love chocolate, I love travel, I like a new pair of shoes, but things that I like more than that is being right, okay? Everything I said that Melissa Schuman was gonna say, she just said, okay? Now, let's get to the good stuff. She's mad at AJ? She's mad at Brian? Wow. That's quite a list. And she's saying that Nick has people working for him and an army of fans. Well, let me say this for the 330th time. Most of the His Side 2 girls are not fans. We are doing this out of the bottom of our hearts. Okay? We don't enjoy having to, what you say, shut you up. When we say, shut the hell up already, it means, Melissa Schuman, you're making a fool out of yourself. We've caught you in so many lies that we thought that you should have kind of walked away with your tail between your legs. Something was inside me. What is that inside me? Okay, just put your tail in between your legs, okay? Walk away with some dignity while you still have it. Backstreet Boys gave you that chance. His Side 2 gave you this chance. Now you want to talk about that girl Sarah that wrote a blog? Oh, thank you for not even mentioning us. Thank you. I really appreciate that. But I caught you in another lie. And you said that these fans have threatened your 8-year-old son. That's real funny because we have skimmed everything for the past 9 months, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and not once, ever have we seen anyone make a threat. Someone did once say that they were, this is a fact, I'll give you a fact, that Melissa's trying to make into a bigger issue. This is a fact. One girl said a long time ago, Melissa's on the internet so much and she doesn't work, that who's taking care of her kid all day and all night, that she's tweeting and tweeting and tweeting and tweeting. They were worried about your son. And they said, oh, do you think that we should call the Child Protective Services? And I was one of them that said, oh, hell no, we don't play dirty like that. We don't know for sure. Now, who's driving past your house, girl? Are you getting a little paranoid? What do paranoid people do? They got a guilty conscience. Right? Do they feel like they've done something wrong? Who's been by your house? I don't know, did somebody come by your house and see something that they shouldn't, or heard something that they shouldn't, and you're angry about that? Okay. There's mountains and mountains of proof and evidence that you are a liar. And that is why the hashtag started, Melissa Schuman is a liar, that you did bring up. I didn't start it. I didn't do that. I started his side too. And it's doing quite well. Okay, so you did exactly what I predicted that you were going to do, Melissa Schuman. You were going to try to sell a story that you're a victim, that you've been harassed, and how it's going to be so hard for you to come out as the victim and come out and say, you know, okay. We also know that you're trying to be in cahoots with some girl in, what is she? In New Zealand, the pole dancer who claims that she was also raped. Okay. Come on. Okay, let me tell you something now. You guys want some friggin' truth? I'll give you some friggin' truth. Now we're gonna get to the dirty stuff. Stuff I was never even gonna bring up. My little sidekick in the beginning, she had the one night stand with Howie. How old was she? 20 years old? And I was 22. And he said to her, no strings attached. And the girl was completely mortified. She freaking lost her shit. She lost it. Months later, I was on the phone in Washington, D.C., okay? I was staying at the George Hotel, and NSYNC was there at the same time. And I was talking to Howie Dorough on the phone, and I told him, did you know that Marie was so pissed off that she was going to tell you she was pregnant? And he goes, oh, God, you're kidding me. He goes, but I protected myself. And I go, oh, I know. I go, but she completely lost it. And he goes, wow. I go, yeah. Now, months and months prior, the time that I went down to Howie's room to pick up the money to go buy the beer for him and Lenny so they can watch their Selena and their Men in Black movie, I said, Marie is hanging out with me and Nick upstairs, and AJ's there too. And so is Anna. And he said, what? And I said, oh yeah, she's really pissed that you said you didn't want to see her again. He goes, I don't think that I said that. And I said, did you say no strings attached? He goes, that I said. I go, yeah, she took it the wrong way. So, turns out she hooks up with AJ. She's like, and she said to me, she goes, who should I go after next? Brian? And I went, no. And she goes, I'm just going to go out and go with AJ. He looks like the safe one. Yeah, it's the truth. And as luck would have it, timing worked. Whatever. None of us are married. None of us have children. None of us are in long-term relationships. Whatever happened, it happened. The next day, me and AJ and Marie, we go shopping with him. And we're at McDonald's. We're getting Nick his McDonald's. And we go upstairs to the room, connecting rooms with AJ and Howie. No, not AJ and Howie, Nick. We went to Foot Locker, got sneakers with AJ, and then brought Nick his McDonald's. And he was playing his game as usual. And he goes, hey, where did you girls come from? Because it was the next day. I go, yeah, we just picked this one off the street in Times Square. And he goes, what are you doing? So Marie's thinking like, now I finally got AJ, like, oh my God. So he says, like, yeah, he goes, I gotta go. He's like, I gotta get ready real quick. And we're like, well, not me. I didn't care. I don't remember what I was doing. That's when AJ said, oh yeah, they set me up with a date with Samantha Cole. And Marie's face was like, truth. And the connecting doors of Nick and AJ's room were open. And Nick was sitting with his feet up just like this, eating his French fries. Just like that. No F's given. So he's like, oh man. And then Nick yells and says, bro, what are you going to do? We got to be out of here at like 6 a.m. in the morning. They were checking out the next morning. And AJ goes, no, man, I'm going to be out all night. He goes, they set this thing up with this girl. So Samantha Cole, very attractive girl. I remember she looked very tall. I answered the door. And she came to AJ's room to pick him up. And I'm like, hey. And she goes, hi. Is AJ here? And I'm like, yeah, he's over here. And she's like, oh, okay. And she's saying hello to Nick. And she's saying, like, and she goes, who are you? And I go, I'm Nick's babysitter. And Nick went, I go, shut up. Like, and then she goes, oh, okay. And then, like, walked off. And then they literally, AJ and Samantha Cole left the room to go on their date. AJ leaves me and her in the room. And the look on her face. She's now gotten dissed by Howie, and she's now gotten dissed by AJ. Right in the face. I didn't get dissed. I was so grateful for Nick for being a gentleman and not like kicking me out. So anyway, Nick's still playing his game, and she's like, and this is Marie. And then Marie's like, oh, look at these love letters I found by Mandy Williford. And she starts reading them. Nick doesn't care. They had broken up. Oh, I can't believe he went on a date. I can't believe it. And he was like, yeah, sometimes they do stuff like that. He didn't care. So then he goes, Marissa. I said, what? And he goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm packing AJ's stuff. He goes, why? And I go, because he said that he has to leave at 6 o'clock. And he goes, oh, okay. And I packed his stuff for him. And I literally packed his luggage. I saw his passport. His passport was in my hand. This is AJ stuff, not Nick's. I used Nick's toothbrush once because I had to. I asked him for permission. He said yes. But I had AJ's passport in my friggin' hand. I was like, oh my God, that's AJ McLean's passport. I put it down, of course. So then he's got about 1,500 pairs of jeans, all this crazy stuff. I pack his stuff and I said, Nick, I gotta go. And he goes, oh, all right. Where are you going? I go, I'm going home. And he goes, oh, all right. He goes, I guess we'll see you when we're in New York. I said, yeah. And we leave. We get into the elevator, and I'm totally fine. And I close the thing, and Marie just starts going, ah! And I'm like, what? And she's like, I can't believe this happened to me again. And I'm like, I go, what did you expect? I go, this is just like fun. I go, what do you like expect? I go, you can't act like this. Now, she goes, the phone numbers, yours was still on his bedside and mine was in the trash bucket. I go, I don't think that was intentional. I go, he's not, I go, he didn't beat me though since I gave it to him. I go, it's just, I don't know. I go, I don't know what to tell you. So she's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm so embarrassed. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go to Kevin now? And I'm like, no. I go, that girl with the blonde hair, that's his girlfriend. He goes, ah. So, yeah. She was really butthurt too. So it gets better. After Marie decides to clump together with all these little Backstreet Boys fans who are actually New Kids on the Block fans who decided to jump on the New Kids on the Backstreet bandwagon, they come by and they're just like, Marie, hang out with us. We'll pay for you. We'll buy the expensive hotel rooms and we'll fly to Orlando and we're going to go to this show in Rhode Island and we're going to go to this town, this town, and this town, and this town. I was never down for that. And I told her, I said, don't be chasing them. Don't be chasing them. They don't like that. Don't chase them. I go, especially if you hooked up with them. I said, don't do it. She didn't listen to me. And sure enough, they were still nice to me. They were still being nice to me because they liked the fact that I was cool. She took it wrong. Speed it up to the year 2000, and I find out from one of the girls that she was talking to someone, to the National Enquirer. This is the truth. She was going to the National Enquirer to tell them that she had been used and tossed around by 3 of the Backstreet Boys. Oh yes, that was going to be her story. And they asked her where she got the pictures from. And I said, hold up. And they said, yeah, it's true. I called them. I was already in Florida. National Enquirer and Star are in Florida. I called them up and I said, I'm in Naples, Florida. I said, you guys are doing a story with a girl named Anne Marie Carter? Yes, that's really her name. And they were like, let us get your information. I said, listen, those pictures that she's trying to give you and that story is completely shot. I said, it's going to be completely distorted. I go, those are my photos. I go, she stole everything Nick had ever given to me. He had given me these boxer briefs that literally said on the, like the bands, you know how it says Calvin Klein or Abercrombie? It said Backstreet Boys on them. He gave me his freaking underwear, okay? She stole them, okay? Now, this is a crazy psycho girl. So I get this woman on the phone, and she's doing the story. And she's like, well, I gotta tell you, Marissa, we're getting a completely different story from this girl. And I'm like, they're my pick. Because she goes, she did mention you a few times. And I said, I'm telling you, everything she's telling you is lies. I said, yeah, it was a little crazy, but she wasn't tossed around. I go, she's really... Now, I don't know. Now, the woman never told me verbatim even how far that story was going to go. So what I essentially did was rob Marie the opportunity of saying that she was tossed around. So if you read my article with the National Enquirer, it's not as... Well, mine is the truth. Kind of. They zapped it up a little bit. I mean, they said that, you know, AJ didn't show up at McDonald's. They said that we never went shopping. I mean, I had pictures of... There's a picture of me holding like this with AJ's face. And he's literally holding a bag that's, you know, it's a bag from Foot Locker. And like, I mean, I was there when he put Nick's order in. Like her story was bogus. So in a way, I felt like a need to just steal that story from her. My point is the girl was totally desperate because she was so butthurt. And what did she want to do? She wanted to make a few grand on a stupid story. Well, you know what? Sorry, Marie, but you suck. And you know what? You played your cards wrong. You shouldn't have chased them. And you know what? Melissa Schuman did the same exact thing. Everything that she told the Daily Beast is a lie, but just a more thought out way to cover her tracks for the previous lies. This is what I expected from her. Is anyone shocked at this point? I don't think anyone's going to be shocked at this point that the story has changed once again. The story's changed again and again, and now it's she feels that she's helping people. No, honey. You would have been helping people if your story was believable. You'd have been helping people if you weren't a liar. No one's trying to silence a rape victim. We're trying to silence a liar. And I'm trying to keep you from making a further ass out of yourself because it creates more work for me. My ass should be in the shower. I need to get to Nashville. Like, I don't even have time to make this video. I'm going to have to upload it literally while I'm taking a shower. So, let me tell you, Daily Beast, you're stupid. You're stupid. Melissa Schuman's going to try and spin this any way she can. Melissa Schuman, we've got your number. We've had your number. I already said that you were going to say that you were... such a victim. Oh, and the picture that you supplied with them, oh, that was rich too. The one of you on the beach, your victim pose. What is it? On the beach? Yeah. How dramatic is that? But yeah, saving face is always good when you're a freaking liar. None of us called you a bitch. None of the His Side 2 girls ever called you like a bitch. I think we've called you shit-stained Schuman, skank. I think we've said rape. We just don't believe you. Your story is not believable. You're not speaking for multiple victims. You know what? These people, please, oh, please. How do you know you're not being catfished again? You've been catfished how many times? That's how your father got us all that friggin' information, by being catfished. And now you want to say that that girl with the X's and the pole dancer in New Zealand, that she's a rape victim too? Oh, please. If that was true, she would have ran over there. Because you know what? It came out of my mouth many times. They're still looking for victims, okay? And the thing is you want to bring up Marathon Girl? Okay, girl. You might not know this, but I know this because I tried to read it. I couldn't even get through it. The Marathon Girl statement that she gave to the police, the liar, was filled with she actually kind of recanted it. So you can't lump her in that. You are just grasping at anything, and it's sad. It's over, Melissa. You have to accept it, and you have to move on. This is not healthy. No one is coming to your house. You know what? The only thing that's really keeping your mind going is your actual conscience, if you still have one. Ever think of that? Do you ever really think of that? All the lies that you have to keep up with must be exhausting. Like, do you keep notes? Do you have like a writing tablet that you keep all your notes on? Oh, I can't wait until Nick Carter's wife has her words. Oh, trust me. People are going to glance over this Daily Beast video, but no one's going to be glancing over what Lauren Carter has to say. Oh, I'll tell you that much. And you know what? For you to say that you have a problem with AJ and Brian speaking up for him and Sharna? Okay, you know what? Let's get to Sharna Burgess. I never even heard of Sharna Burgess. I've never even seen Dancing with the Stars except for a clip of Marie Osmond tumbling over. I saw half of her video and I said to the His Side 2 girls, I don't take Sharna Burgess as a real character witness as far as rape, only because she had a professional relationship with him. Okay? What would she know about that? He was married. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is she was just saying how professional and gentleman he was, I believe. That's what I believe she was saying. Who are you to silence her? Who are you to bring up Sarah and her blog and say that she's harassing you? How do you know for a fact that Sarah, from the What's Happening on the Backstreet block, is... Did I just butcher that? I think I did. I'm sorry. What happens... Who the Backstreet... Sorry. What happens on the Backstreet? How are you to know that she's being paid for him? Do you know that as a fact? I was also accused, and so was Brianna Mira, that we were hired decoys by the Carters. That's not true. Do you have any evidence that anyone has ever came to your house? Did you ever call the police? How do you know people are driving by? How do you know that for sure? How do you know people aren't baiting you? How do you know people aren't playing with your mind? Did you ever think about that? What did I do months ago? I warned you, don't mess with people that are smarter than you. Do not mess with people that can dig into your past and find out all the times that you lied. So you can take your Daily Beast article and shove it right up that little spot where he put something inside me. I don't know what was inside me. Stick it right up there, okay? Your birthday's coming. I would love to send you a big black double dong for you and Bruno to enjoy. But you know what? That would be considered harassment. And no one has ever posted out publicly where you live or your phone number. I don't have your phone number. Do I know where you live? Yes. I have the address. I did. It's somewhere in the His Side 2 group. And we zoomed in to look on Google Earth. Baby, your lies, your life is all on Google, honey. It is all public record. Don't be playing victim, okay? This is not SVU forensic files. We are not some sophisticated FBI, CIA agents. You put it out there, okay? Your tickets, your parking tickets that you don't pay are out there, okay? We've seen them. We know what you drive. It's not a big deal, okay? All this stuff is public. It's all public. Like, I even have a problem with that. I don't even know. Like, how do you not know that your shit is public? That's nobody's fault. So have fun with that. I'm glad that you have some harmony and some comfort with trying to jab Nick Carter in the gut one last time. But guess what? I'm done talking for right now. You're the one that's going to have to deal with the missus, not me. And she's a lot more vicious than I am, honey. Because let me tell you something. If you came from my family, whoo, you'd be messing with a real tough one. But her, she's a bodybuilder. And she's mouthier than I am, I think. Let's see what she has to say. She's going to say something to you, and you better be prepared. And I don't want to hear any more of this crying. Seriously, you need to stop. Like, there's a time to stop. Like, just, everybody knows when it's time to just shut the hell up. You don't. You are absolutely ridiculous. Like, stop embarrassing yourself. You're a fool. Stop making a fool out of yourself. I have to get in the shower. Sorry, guys. Bye.